When you buy a land and house package, it's not too much to expect you get both, right? But not for these families. It's been 5 long, frustrating years and still no sign of their homes. All they need is the green light to build. So what's the hold-up?
It's been more than 4 years, still waiting.
It's a dream house. It's become as a dream only. It's not happening.
You can't believe you'll come to Australia with just all the dreams, blue sky, beaches, and fair go for everyone. But there's no fair go.
We're paying $2.5 million a year in interest, waiting for Sydney Water to finish their work.
In Sydney's southwest, Oxford Gardens Ingleburn should be home to hundreds of people. But instead, the land's going to waste. These hard-working Aussies have been waiting years to access their lots and build their homes, and they've had enough.
We want our homes! We want our homes!
Developer Bill Berger sold almost 100 lots in the estate to people like Murali, who bought his land back in 2020.
How long have you been waiting?
4 years. We should have built the house by now, but we're not getting the land.
The delays have meant his dream home might not look so dreamy by the time it's done.
We can't see our
Sonny's been waiting the same length of time and is losing faith.
COVID was blamed, then Campbelltown Council was blamed, so there was a lot of people to be blamed. And now there is something going on between Sydney Water and the developer. And in the meantime, the construction cost will go up because, of course, each year the building cost has gone up by 20%.
It's come from here, it's like 3 meters long.
Sheiket's learnt the lot he bought in 2020 now has a driveway in the middle of it.
So basically my land doesn't exist anymore. They said, oh, wait until settlement, that if something comes available, we'll give you the land, the similar price to your one.
Bill Berger's development director, Rick Graff.
Rick, what is the reason for the 4-year delay?
Every project in Sydney has had a tough time during COVID and during the unseasonal amount of rain that was held, that we all experienced, 2.5 metres of rain in 2022. But they're just the normal things of the construction industry. We applied to Sydney Water for the approval to do a sewage treatment plant, sewage pumping station to service the land, and we offered to design and build it. Sydney Water, after a while, came back and said, no, look, they'd prefer to do it. Then, unfortunately, we've finished all of the work on the estate and it's ready to occupy by its new owners. But Sydney Water haven't yet commenced the construction of their pumping station.
Bill Berger was under the impression Sydney Water would have the work completed by July last year. So the developer told landowners, including Manpreet and Yassim, to get their finances ready.
I sold my house, so I'm renting now. So which is frustrating in a way because I had a home, but now I'm renting.
I sold my house to get the finance ready for this land, and as I don't have a home, I'm renting and just paying like very small place, almost $500, and there's not enough room for him, for us, and it's a nightmare. Like dreams turn into nightmare. This is what it is.
Manpreet, who paid his deposit and stamp duty in 2020, is now wondering why he bothered with the great Australian dream.
We work so hard, pay all our taxes, what we want in return, just to build a house, just to get the things what we paid for, but we're getting nothing back.
We purchased lot 1.
Gil's also waiting for his land and finds it hard to believe the government's going to be capable of solving our housing shortage if this pace continues.
You know, we need to solve the housing crisis here and we're all part of it. And yeah, just wondering, you know, how this plays out. It just doesn't seem doable, does it? I think, understandably, we bought off the plan and we knew that, yeah, but to take this long, 3 years, and for some people 5 years, that's just a long time to wait.
Who's to blame here, Gil?
Look, I've consulted local members. Everyone's consistent. The data points to Sydney Water as the last hurdle.
In a statement, Sydney Water said, Sydney Water offered to take over the design of the permanent pumping station in early 2022. Sydney Water has completed a new design, which will be submitted to the local council for approval to commence construction. Sydney Waters agreed to allow a temporary station so people can move in and is currently assessing the developer's latest revision of its design.
Well, the subdivision is built. The roads are in, the sewerage pipes and the stormwater are in, the water supply's in, the electricity's in. The whole estate is finished, ready for people to take possession of their land and have their homes built on it.
And for those not willing to wait any longer,
we are not obliged to return their deposits, but we have done that. We've also offered to return it with interest to anyone who wants to rescind, because we're as embarrassed as they are.
What would you say to Sydney Water and the developer?
Please get your act together.
Yeah, madness, and it shouldn't happen, right? All because of Sydney Water dragging its feet. Well, I'm with Gil and the other residents. If a government agency can't sort something like this, what chance do we have of actually fixing the housing crisis?